Hey guys, I'm Baskal with KOR Capital Fund. Today we're going to go over who is KOR Capital Fund, what do we do, and why are we a great investment option. I'm Baskal Korkis, President of KOR Capital Fund, and this is Evelyn Puisseau, our Chief Operating Officer.
So just to kind of get started here, Baskal, I want you to explain to me what is KOR Capital Fund and what is the purpose of it?
So KOR Capital Fund is a investment company. We find investment opportunities and that offer tax deductions, tax incentives. There's a lot of different ones out there, and we specialize in real estate, oil and gas, and cryptocurrency.
And how does the fund actually work from the process perspective, from beginning to end? How does it work?
I personally like to invest. I've always loved investing, and I find opportunities that I want to put my own money in. And normally I find ways to have a domino effect that not only am I going to make money from the investment, but also set it up in such a way where I can get some tax incentives from the investment. I then bring this opportunity to other people that I know, and from that it grew into an investment fund where a lot of people are now coming to us. They want to invest in the same opportunities I'm putting my money in, and we have an opportunity that comes up. Let's just say a real estate investment deal. We'll raise $5 million or $10 million. We'll buy a lot of properties in downtown core markets, and these opportunities will give us a good return over time, and we'll be able to get tax write-offs from providing housing. So great investment short-term, great investment long-term, since we're investing in downtown markets that are growing, and we get tax write-offs for reducing our tax bill.
Okay, so Baskal, now can you explain to me what are the different sectors of this fund?
Okay, yeah. So it really depends on the market and what's happening, because the market changes all the time. Currently, we're doing real estate investments. We have another fund in oil and gas, green energy. So we get lots of like 200% tax write-off opportunities. And we have another one that's focusing on a managed crypto NFT fund. And these are the three major sectors that we're working on right now. And we have many more exciting stuff to come.
Okay, so my next question to you is, if I want to get into your company and be a part of this KOR Capital Fund, what is my next step? How do I get in and become a part of this?
The first thing you would do is go online, fill out the requested info form. After you submit your information online, we'll reach out to you and we'll have a review. We're gonna figure out, what are your goals? What are your financial goals? And then we will match you with the investment opportunities that match your goals. There's thousands of opportunities out there.
Right.
And what's important is to make sure that the opportunity you're investing in matches the goals you have for your future. That is really the freedom that we're trying to provide, is to give people the peace of mind and the financial freedom to have the choices that they want to make for their future, for their family. And we want to align someone to the right investments to match that. So if you're looking for cash flow, there's different investments that offer cash flows immediately. If you're looking cash flow and growth, we have those opportunities. And if you're looking for growth, we have those opportunities as well. And what's great is that we're not a real estate only fund. I'm an investor. I love real estate. I do a lot of real estate, but there's a lot of options out there that are gonna be positive and beneficial for a good blended portfolio. So people will come together and will decide that they want this type of future. And from that, we will give them a little bit of this investment, a little bit of that investment, and a little bit of the other to give them a blend to accomplish their short-term and long-term goals.
Now, is there a minimum amount that I need to bring to the table to be a part of any of these types of investments?
Yes, there is a minimum. Each investment has a different minimum depending on the specific investment. Mm-hmm. And there's also accreditations that you would need to have to be an investor as well. So the legally speaking, you have to have a net worth of $1 million, not including your home value, or you make $200,000 a year as an individual, $300,000 a year as a couple for the last 2 years or for the foreseeable future. Feel free to contact us for more details regarding that. To invest, you normally have to be an accredited investor.
Now, do we have any exceptions to the minimum amounts that we can bring to the table, or is everything pretty much black and white? It's either all or nothing.
So there is exceptions to the minimum amounts. It's case by case scenario. Sometimes someone will invest, say, $250,000 into a $100,000 minimum deal. So we will have a $50,000 section available that we can kind of slide someone in. And the more that we have an established relationship with an investor, the more we'll be able to kind of slide them in. This is a relationship business. We are looking to be a partner with all of our investors for the long term. So as times are going, we actually help them create a plan, direct them to the right CPAs, direct them to the right advisors, so we can have a long-term plan for that. And there's opportunities where if you're not accredited, you don't have $1 million net worth, but you still want to invest, there's ways you can still invest as well. Right now, they're working on a way where you can become an accredited investor without having $1 million net worth. There's a course you could take, and you pass that. You get the license, and that would give you the ability to invest into deals where you need to be an accredited investor. And there's also other exceptions where you have a pre-existing relationship. I have an accounting firm, I have an insurance agency, and I have a mortgage company. My existing clients, I have an existing relationship with them. We know each other. They work with our team already. They also have the opportunity to invest with us even though they're not accredited. We must have a pre-existing relationship before you can invest with us. So if you are an investor and you have a significant amount of money and you want to invest, but you also want to help out your friends and family so they can also have the benefits of growing and having their finances grow to be able to support themselves, support their family, then they can also work on establishing a relationship with our company, and they won't immediately be able to invest with us. But after establishing a relationship, working with each other in some capacity, then we would be able to work on having them become an investor with us, even though they don't have the minimum $1 million net worth requirement.
Nice. So for those rules, is it because of a legal standpoint or an ethical standpoint?
For me personal, it's first ethical, because you need to know, no matter how much money a person has, what is their risk tolerance, what is their expectations, and to align them. I say all the time, please do not give me this money if you need it. This doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. If you need this money, you should not invest short-term money in a long-term investment. So that's first, because we want to make sure everyone's happy and comfortable. The goal of investing with us is so we can build a person's comfort, build their retirement, build out their future. And I don't want anyone to have their money with us that's going to be scared or worried. Is investing risky? 100%. No matter how sure an investment is, it's still risky. And everyone has a different risk tolerance. So we want to first establish that so everybody knows what they're getting themselves into. There is a legal aspect as well. Legally, you are not allowed to take an investment from a non-accredited investor, meaning they need to have at least $1 million net worth, not including their home, to be considered an accredited investor. And there's also other rules that I mentioned previously. Now, if you have a pre-existing relationship, you can also take them on as an investor because you know enough about them to determine if this is suitable for them, right? Suitability in the investment. And there is no legal time frame, right? There isn't, you must know someone for 2 years for you to have a pre-existing relationship. And it isn't, I've had 3 meetings and that's a pre-existing. No, you need to have a understanding of their finances. If you have 3 meetings and you didn't do anything or say anything or talk about their finances or their plans or goals, that really didn't establish what is really morally a good investment for them, in the sense of, is this suitable for them, right? So you have to basically spend the time to determine, what does the client want? What are they looking for? And does what they want, does it match what they are looking for in the future. And if you document that, that establishes a relationship, that establishes that you've had that conversation, and that you can then, you know them enough and they know you enough that you can both make a smart decision of investing together.
Now, Baskal, why should I invest in KORCF?
The benefits of doing a real estate syndication, or syndications in general, is normally you have scale. So you're able to do cost segregation because we're buying bigger properties or more properties. We have more doors in our fund, so you're diversifying your income. If you have a 1-unit property or 4-unit property, it burns down, it's lost its income. When you're diversifying over, hundreds of units, that diversification is going to give you safety and consistency in your income. Efficiencies of scale are great. So what's a real life example? I had a client that came in for a financial review. I reviewed his real estate investment. And based off of the numbers, I gave him his actual returns and his actual return on equity. And I said, look, these are the returns that I make for my passive investors. And this should be a benchmark for you. If you cannot return at least this much money, there really isn't a reason for you to do your own investments. You're not actually making extra. You're doing your own property management, you're managing everything yourself, and you're not making more money than you pass it along to someone else. So how that works is we have efficiency of scale. We have the connections. Because we do so much volume, we can be able to, 1, find the great deals, 2, repair them, manage them, and they're large enough groups where it justifies a cost segregation model. At the end of the day, if you're returning more money by having someone else do all the work, there's no reason for you to do it yourself, unless you yourself enjoy doing it. And then this one investor loved half of his portfolio, and the other half he didn't really care that much about. He sold half of his portfolio, gave us the money to invest in the fund, and the other half of his portfolio took my advice. He's able to make a higher return on the properties he decided to keep by executing on my strategy. So he got the best of both worlds. He kept what he loved, increased the returns for his existing portfolio, the properties he loved, and then the properties that he didn't care for too much, he decided to sell and give us the money to invest for him. Now, he had to pay tax on the properties that he sold, but the investment he did with us, we were able to do a cost segregation model, so we were able to get him tax write-offs to help decrease his tax liability.
So to summarize in short, we went over what is KOR Capital Fund, the purpose of it, how it works, how you can get into it, the benefit of it, and why should we trust you enough to invest with you. So any way that we can reach out to you, how can we get a hold of you and become a part of this?
So if you go to our website, KORCF.com, you can learn more, you can ask to get more information from us. You can get more information on me. I've been studying the real estate market since I was 14 years old. That's when I was walking around, going with the different family members and mentors that taught me the business. At 19, I bought my first duplex, and by 23, I own 23 units. Today, we own a very large real estate portfolio. Thank God. I'm very happy to be in the place we're in, and I'm taking this information that I learned and bringing it to everybody else. Now, I didn't only invest in real estate. I also invested in the stock market, in crypto, NFTs, oil and gas. So these examples are in real estate, but we are significantly larger than just a real estate company. Real estate is only 1/3 of what we do, right, but it's the easiest example to give, because not everyone understands cryptocurrency and NFTs. Not everyone understands oil and gas and different ways you can make money from that investment. But what we do provide is, if you subscribe to our newsletter, you will be provided with updates weekly so we can educate, because our main thing we want to do is educate our team, our investors, so everyone knows what we're doing, why we're doing it, so the comfort level is there to know, I feel good about investing with this. I think this is a good option for me if that opportunity comes up, and you never know. So subscribe, follow, and you're going to see a lot of exciting information to come.